Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today we're going to be changing the oil on my Procharger. I tried to see if there was any videos on how you could do this easily, and the only thing I could really see was either Mustangs or SS's, but didn't really see anybody actually show how you can do it in the six-cylinder cars. So I just figured, just kind of like anything else that I do, might as well show you guys how you do it. This is the carb legal kit that they give you. So this is P1SC1. So from what it looks like it's a little bit of a mess to try and get to. So you've got a lot of like hoses that are in the way, as you guys can kind of see, and I'll show you a little bit more up close. You got to kind of remove a couple things out of the way. It's a little annoying, but from what it looks like, only one pipe has to move. But this one pipe in general was the biggest pain in the butt to put back, to put on. So I know it's going to be a pain in the butt to put back anyway. Yep, I'll show you guys which hose or piping that you need to remove. From what it looks like, I may need to remove this one as well, but I'm not sure. So yeah, we'll just jump into it. So the hose I'm talking about is this one right here. So this is the inlet to fill it, and believe it or not, the actual fill or the drain plug is all the way at the bottom. So we're gonna have to remove this one here. The only reason why this one is super tough to get out is mainly because of this band here. I made it kind of simple for me when I was installing it to be able to take it out. So, pretty easy. So I can just grab a flat head, undo that, and then this isn't too bad to get out, though I wish it was a little bit easier. But with just a wrench, you have to sit here for a minute, but at least it's not crazy hard to get out. My thinking was this may have to come off just so I can get in there, but we'll see, and we'll see how hard it is to get this back on, because the fan kind of gets in the way. So as you can see here, this is kind of pushing this back. In the instructions, it didn't say that you had to cut this piece off at any point, though there is a part that you had to cut off over here, but yeah, it didn't say you had to do that, which it's not really getting in the way. There's still plenty of clearance, as you can see, so that'll be fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take off this V-band clamp here. I'm gonna take this clamp here, take this off, and then it should be pretty easy to just kind of get under. Make sure I get the right socket, make sure it fits, then get the wrench, and then ease it out. The hardest part is going to be the draining of it, just to make sure that I catch everything and I don't spill a bunch of it down there. So yeah, let's get to it. So this bolt here is a 10 mil, and truth be told, if I take this one off, it would make this easier, just because then I don't have to use a wrench, and then I can just use a socket. As far as getting this off, you just have to loosen it, and then you should be okay. So for me to get it off, I'm just pushing it down to get it off that hose. There we go. And then just kind of doing some twists. There. There we go. Got it off. So there is that pipe. As you can see, it's a pretty big pain in the butt, but I'll show you guys. So yeah, now we have a lot more clearance, and I just have to figure out how the hell I'm going to get under there to be able to get the oh, so much easier now. So much easier to get down there. So I just got to now figure out a way to catch the oil. So I got to find like a bucket or something. So that'll be fun. Let me find that. All right, so what I did is I just got a water bottle and I just cut it in half. Mainly because there isn't a whole lot of room down there. And I wish I could really show you what it looks like, but yeah, it's very, very tight, especially because I have an upgraded sway bar as well. It doesn't make it easy to really kind of get something down there. So I'm gonna get a bunch of towels. I'm gonna put them down there just so that way they can get any residual oil that when I'm first unscrewing it. From what it looks like, it's a 16 millimeter. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna crack the bottom just to kind of get it open, and then I'm gonna start opening it by hand, and then I'll then start moving, putting this down there, and then I'll try and kind of essentially do a move where I'm taking it off, and then as soon as it starts to unplug, almost like if you're doing your oil change on your car, hold it and then try and put this under and then just drop it, so that way it drops into here. And I'm not like fishing for, one, the seals that they send you, but also two, I'm not fishing for the actual bolt as well because it's black, so it's going to be hard to find in here without some lighting. So I'll try and show you guys where exactly, as it's draining, where that location is so you can see. So having a big box of this stuff was never a bad idea, especially when, you know, we're just trying to make sure nothing gets dirty, and no matter what you do, you're always going to get, you're gonna get a mess. So it's just part of it. If it's, you don't have a 16, a 5/8 will work. So it's just a bit of a pain to get to. Pretty much started taking it out. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm trying to do it with both hands here. Definitely going to make a mess from what it feels like. Yep, definitely made a mess. The problem is that since you can't really see where it's at, you can't tell if you're actually getting it in. For reference, it's supposed to be 6 ounces, so a lot of it definitely did not get into the cup. I thought this was black. Good thing is that it's silver, so you can see there's a little O-ring right here. Make sure not to lose that. This is magnetic, so that'll get some of the, you know, any particles. I don't know if you can see that little metal right there, but it's common. Just cleaning it off, so that way it's all nice and good to put back. But it's a good thing I had towels, because this pretty much grabbed most of it. Though I went through all the work to try and catch it all, it's almost better just to put towels down. Now you're probably asking, why didn't I take the splash shield, do it that way? Well, here's the other thing, is that unlike your drain plug, you have a little more movement. As of here, there isn't really much. You're kind of stuck being directly under it. And there's stuff in the way, so honestly, it's not very easy to get there. I mean, you have the power steering motor, you've got the sway bar in the way, you've got the motor mount that's kind of close to there, so quite honestly, there isn't a whole lot of good spaces for you to do this. This might be the only way that works well. Now, they do sell the what is a, it's like almost like an oil line that you can add to this, and that makes it easier. I was not given that, and by the time I needed to do this, I couldn't have ordered it. So right now I'm just opening the top where you fill it back in, and that way most of it can just fall out on its own. I'm leaving a little towel there, so that way it'll just drain into that. Procharger will send you a whole pack. So this little O-ring right here, this seal here, that goes on the top where you fill it in, and I'll show you what the actual dipstick looks like, because it looks like an oil dipstick. It's kind of cool. And this is your O-ring, and that one goes on here, and that one makes sure that, you know, gets sealed at the bottom, so you're good. So make sure you do not lose these, but you can always get more at Procharger. And I'm not sure if they do this for everybody, not to say that I'm special, but they'll send you 3 fills. So honestly, this will do me a year and a half. I'm only changing it because they recommended to do 500 miles, and then you change it out 6,000 miles after that. So this will be good for 6,000 miles, and then I drive about 12,000 miles a year, give or take. So should be good. This will get me to next year. So essentially, once I get to this one, I'll order more, so then I'm always up, and I'm good. So I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm hoping you can. I'm gonna try and scroll or move around a little bit so you guys can kind of see where that drain plug is. Now I can start putting everything back together. And if you're seeing the amount of oil that's left in this can, I was smart and did not pay attention and kicked it. So I spilled it. I also noticed that a lot of the oil is on the ground. So it's extremely tough to get down there. I don't know if there's a right way to do this without, you know, it getting everywhere, which I'm sure there is. My assumption would be if you can get it on a lift, that might be a little bit easier. I feel like I'm going to be dealing with the oil puddles for a minute. All right, so did some cleanup, and before I put this thing back, I wanted to show you guys this here. So this is essentially the fill spot dipstick. It almost looks like an oil one. So just gonna clean this off, make sure it's good, nice and clean. And I always just I'm going to just double check and make sure there's nothing in there. Just put it back in, pull it back out. Yep, nothing. Just gonna leave that out. Grab the other bottle. So I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a white little thing right here. That is pretty much the little seal, that white one that I showed you guys on the box. So, got this ready. Gonna put this on top. Then this one's already open, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just cover this with my finger and then flip it upside down, and then once I'm in, near the hole, then I'm gonna move my finger and put it in, and then you're good. Oh, there we go. So this does take all of this. So for this unit itself, it takes 6 ounces. So one whole bottle, and then you're good. So I normally have to come in at a bit of an angle. With gloves, it's a little bit tough, but That's it. You can kind of just let it do its thing. On this side over here, there is what looks like to be another plug. I'm sure if you unscrew that, that'll let the bottle kind of release the air a little bit better. I got a better idea. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave it there, but I'm just gonna add a little hole at the bottom, and that will help it go down much faster. And then if for whatever reason you need to stop it, just put your finger there, let it kind of drain down, and then you just release it. That's it. Now the important thing is to make sure you just double check. So on here, it actually gives you a max and a minimum line. So there you go, max and minimum. For now, it's kind of tough to tell, mainly because it's still all kind of going down. So we'll give it a minute or two. The most important thing though is to just double check to make sure that nothing else spilled or everything is exactly where it needs to be. And let's give it another check. There we go. Yeah. And it's right at the max line, so that's perfect. Nice turn. Here we go. Oh, it's a refilled. Oil's good. And now we just put it back together. Same way that we took it out. We're gonna go down, kind of go back. The fun part is going to be getting it back into the actual coupler right here. So let's see if we can do that. All right, and that's it. It's actually a bit of a pain in the butt. I got a lot of cleaning up I need to do, so just need to wipe things down and make sure it's all, not all oily everywhere. I got to move the car, and then, all the oil that fell on the ground, I need to clean that as well. So honestly, there isn't a really good way of being able to do it unless you're like under the car, but like I said, it's not really easy even under the car because there's so much stuff in the way. So it might be one of those things where you may go get like a baking sheet or like a bread like aluminum little thing, and you just stick it under there and then at least make it long enough so you can put your hand, so when you undo it, it'll collect at least in there. I thought the bottle was gonna work. Obviously that didn't. So I would say if you can get some sort of something that's malleable, so you can just like form it to that area and then do it, you should be in the clear. But that's pretty much it. I just kind of wanted to do something kind of quick to show you guys how that works. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt. So yeah, go check out Procharger. They got some great kits. I know when I got this, it was on sale with them, but I also got a pretty good deal with JBA. So if you're in the San Diego area, let them know that you're looking to get a Procharger. They might be able to, hook you up with something, or be able to reach out to Procharger and get you a good deal. If you want to do it yourself, it's not easy, but doable. But if you're in the San Diego area, you need some help, I've already done it, so I can help you. But that's it, guys. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I think next time I kind of know what I need to do, and it'll be much easier, because usually the first time it's usually the toughest one. So appreciate you guys watching. Thank you guys for following, and send this to somebody who's got a Procharger and has never done it, or send it to somebody and you know, they kind of want to do their own maintenance. Yeah, we'll just see you guys on the next one.